This is Michaela McLean, and you're listening to Beauty by Design. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for being here. It is time, you guessed it. We're going to talk about another gate 12. And before we get into it, I've got a handful of things, new stuff coming, exciting things. There is a new collaboration that has been in the works, like I said, probably since late 2022, coming to fruition at this point. A new way to learn and work and interact with me. I'm very excited. It's kind of cool getting to be in different places and I'm aligned for different collaborations, different places, and being accessible in different ways. So, Solo Esthetician Love, she has her academy, Solo Esthetician Love Academy, and I will be joining that. I believe it's June 26th. And I am going to be my little corner of her membership is esoteric education for estheticians. So I'm super excited about this. Lots of fun stuff, details to come, but unlike a course, this is a membership that you are part of and you have access to all of the educators, all of whatever course material they are putting out, classes, modules, like consistent office hours. And I believe that's the direction I'm really going to kind of go in, is doing lots of interactive stuff with people. So, which I love. I love to get on and just talk about charts. It's like, come with your questions, I'm always like, watch your 1 hour class and then hit me with all your questions and let's talk. Let's get down to business. So yeah, so that is super exciting. And she's got so many cool people that she's involved with as well that are part of that whole program. And like I said, it's just kind of this constant, like I said, membership. And then my Golden Experience Guide course is your energetic marketing guide, where I'm teaching human design and how to use it for marketing yourself in business. So, again, dip fingers in different pies, and it's all centralized, around like my work, what I do. And then, of course, there's more things coming, believe me. But speaking of Golden Experience Guide, Las Vegas trip is coming up, leaving on the 23rd. So going down for the weekend and to Las Vegas. The big conference is going on. And while there, Golden Experience is doing a Bubbles in Business study hall, lecture hall, study hall, lecture hall, and I'm getting to lecture at it. So I'm really, really excited. I got all my lecture done and my slides and everything yesterday. I can't wait to present because again, I have if you haven't already noticed, it's like there's a lot of things going on, and I have this overarching vision, and really what I believe like my life's work is about, and human design is part of that. It's not the whole thing. It's really how it all comes together, this synthesis, and it's stuff that I'm introducing that I am teaching. I will be teaching for treatment rooms, specifically for aesthetic professionals and people in adjacent professions. So the first iteration that I will be teaching publicly at this point, kind of like a level 1, will be at Aesthetic Next 5.0 in Dallas this September. So if you're coming, hey, kind of keep that in the back of your mind. You can sign up for my workshop, which is an extra little piece. You can do clinical workshops there. Okay, so of course you can get my free guide. That's the place always, always, always to start. That leads you to your correct 1 hour, $11 masterclass. We started really inexpensive and easy for you, and then you can go in so many directions. And then, again, the course, membership, different things. Again, kind of back to the solo esthetician thing. It's like I'm currently not doing one-on-one. So if you want to work directly with me, beautiful way to do that. I will be very available over there. And then yoga nidra. I know I'm like, no, there's some cool stuff coming. I feel like I'm always Like I said last time, not enough hours a day, not enough days in the week, so much to do for a one-man band. Um, and then of course, like super, super jazzed, Little Fox has new releases coming. There's one coming on the summer solstice. Very, very cool stuff. Again, can't reveal too much, but go check out their Instagram. If you want to kind of get a sneak peek, I'm always posting things about it. And then another one coming not too long after that, in addition to other things. So, and I'm creating alongside, with different releases that are coming. So that's super exciting. And then there will be again, I'm like, hold my tongue. That's very appropriate for the gate we're about to talk about, the gate of caution and what you're expressing. And I'm like, okay, don't say too much. But there's going to be an in-person event in July for Little Fox that I will be part of. So if you're in the California area, I'm not even going to get really specific yet, but there will be a chance to attend something in July. So again, as soon as I have clearance and have details, I will hit you with all of them. But there's a cool stuff coming. Of course, you can find the links to everything in the show notes or over in my Instagram bio at Michaela McLean. And let's get on to the episode. So, a reminder, don't try to understand this at the mental level. Let the sound current, the energy, the frequency of beauty sink into your cells like good skincare. So, gate 12, right? We're in Gemini season. We're actually rapidly flying through it, I feel like. And we're moving into gate 12, which is located in the throat center, and it's part of individual knowing circuitry. And of course, individual circuitry, it's those of us that have this deep inner knowing that we are here to be true to ourselves, which leads to mutation, evolution, and positive change in the world. I am a pure individual myself, so I feel this statement deeply. The throat, okay, the center itself, the throat is the energy center for communication, self expression, and manifestation. All energy in the chart is trying to make it to the throat to have something done about it. That's where it goes to alchemize with the outside world. So, gate 12 is known as standstill. It's the gate of caution. And the keynote here is I know I can try or not. It's socially cautious. And this gate, we'll discuss this at length, but it's part of an individual emotionally manifested channel. So kind of keep that in mind. The main thing to know here is gate 12 has something to say, but it needs to be very careful about expressing itself based on whether or not it's in the mood to interact with others. So here we have this individual knowing, and you, again, kind of, I'm like, keep that manifestor element in the back of your mind. Individuals just know in their bones. Manifestors just boom, get hit with a download. So it's individual knowing that just hits a person, manifestors receiving information from source, and then they need to sit with it, waiting for the correct time to express themselves. And so much about this is the quality and the tone of voice, the inflection versus the actual choice of words. It's totally not what you say, but how you say it. This gate is the mark of having a voice that is a very, very powerful tool. And there is a moody artist vibe to this gate, somebody who, just appears on the scene, deeply moves you with their creative self-expression, and then, in a cloud of mist, like they retreat again. But if that artist isn't in the mood to perform, the audience will not receive the intended message. Think about an actor on stage when they're in the mood, like they deliver all their lines, or, like a performer singing a song, and it just hits somebody to their core, right? That hitting the specific notes or something that make people cry. It's just very, very impactful. And then it could be the next night and they come out and they're not in the same mood. They're just not in the mood to be there to do it and deliver the exact same lines or the same song, the same performance. And it just does not have the same impact on people. They weren't in the mood. That's it. Being an individual manifested gate, this has the potential to have a deeply mutative impact that, again, just really has this ability to change and empower other people when used correctly, including the use of silence. So it's not always just about what they're saying, but again, choosing and being smart about not saying anything at all, right? And again, I want to kind of go back to individual circuitry. Individual circuitry is here to empower other people. Like, I am being my unique self. Therefore, it's safe to be your unique self around me. Okay. So in the gene keys, the shadow of this one is vanity. The gift is discrimination, and the city is purity. And the gene keys retrograde says vanity can choose the most beautiful of words, but can never hide the frequency of its tone. And part of that shadow is loving the sound of your own voice. But then when he speaks of the gift, he says discrimination may not sound like much of a gift, but when you truly understand the 12th key, you will see that it has a great power. To discriminate is to know inherently what and who is healthy for you in life. The energy of vanity is simply self destructive unless it can be put to good use. Discrimination is exactly that. You take your vanity, the urge to be better or somehow purer than others, and turn it into your art. The 12th gift is deeply associated with the arts, with music, with language, with dance, with drama, and above all, with love. The love within the 12th gift is not universal love as it is in the 25th key or gate. It's about falling in love. This is human love with all its attendant drama, obsession, beauty, and danger. Vanity is about loving only yourself, whereas discrimination is ultimately about loving the things and people outside yourself that make you feel good. Okay, so notes here. This is part of an emotionally manifested channel. We've already mentioned that, but this is the reminder. It's like emotional. It's a wave. Timing is everything. This is the individual voice meant to really pierce others, and inspire mutation. Emotionally manifested energy is about informing, but it's volatile. It's riding the spiky wave, and which means the spiky wave is the high highs and the low lows, um, just like the channel of emoting, which is in the same stream. They're prone to mood swings, basically, is what I'm getting at. So it's all about waiting quietly, patiently for calm, neutral clarity before using the voice. That is essential. So if you have this, especially the full channel, it's like, am I in the mood? Even if you have one of the two gates by themselves, am I in the mood? Which, spoiler alert, I do have the 22. I don't have it. I have the partner, and it totally is. Am I in the mood or not? Being part of a manifested channel, it's also, what does it carry? It carries the theme of anger, expressing the wrong time, wrong place, wrong people. It's fearful of rejection. Again, as an individual channel, an individual energy, it's worried about being rejected for being different. It is not interested as an individual. We are not. It's not interested in communing with the tribe or sharing with the collective, only informing them. That manifester strategy, inform. And again, on that whole individual thing, it's like it's tuned to the auditory, to the acoustic, to sound and vibration. So people with very strong individual circuitry in their chart often love audio, music, listening to podcasts, all those things. It's like and I definitely fall in the scam. It's like it works for us. And gate 12 is also one of the three gates of aloneness in the chart. There are three gates in the chart. They all need significant alone time, all for very different reasons. And this one, again, is just about being in the mood. Am I in the mood or not? Am I in the mood to be around people, to talk to people? Gate 12, alone, hanging by itself, it's like when it's alone, it's a very powerful voice, but doesn't necessarily know what it's feeling. Like I said, I have the 22. 22 also has to be in the mood to listen. Like, we're going to get there. I'm laughing just because, again, these things are so real, so real for us. My husband has the entire channel, and I laugh about that because He's from Scotland. He has an accent. And so people always, ever since I've known, we met and I was 19 years old. We've been together forever. Um, and people just love to listen to him. Oh my gosh, talk. I want to hear your voice, you know? And I'm like, it's just such a living example in my house of this particular channel. He is an emotional MG. Okay. So informing, I talk about this sometimes with people with this channel. And I'm like, literally, it's like putting a sign on your door, you know, don't bother me. If you have it, you're like, hey, I'm just leave me alone, basically, when you're not feeling it, because it's very powerful. Even, go out and be super charming and everything when they're in the mood, but when they're not, they just sort of need to retreat. I mentioned the acoustic, the auditory element. So this is connected to the left ear. If you want to look at the mirror image of the chart, the 57 is the opposite, and that's connected to the right ear. So this is left ear and right brain, creativity and art. Again, this is like an artistic channel. Um, Mentioning again the individual element, and anything individual circuitry in the chart is prone to melancholy. And in this case, it's like basically it gets blue about not having anyone worthwhile to inform, to tell beautiful stories or beautiful songs or poetry to. It's like it wants to be able to talk to people when it's in the mood, but is there anybody around that they want to talk to? Um, and again, more on individuality. This channel, has stranger danger built into it. Um, Ra, the founder of human design, called those of us who are individuals freaks. Harsh dude. But it's about being so different, and individuals draw attention to themselves. It happens, right? Because they are different. If you look at marketing, I always talk about it's like the thing that you remember that stands out as the one that's different, that's not doing the same thing as everybody else. And the reason why that stranger danger and the melancholy, it's like there's a fear of rejection and being judged, and again, this is not this particular energy, this channel, the gates within it are not trying to bond with others. They're just trying to find a receptive audience to inform the tribe or the collective. That is how it brings the individual with this is going to bring about mutation. And if it's repeatedly forced to people, like to go out and people, when it's not in the mood, it can become very antisocial, very reclusive. I'm like, if this energy, the 12 or the 22 or the whole dang thing doesn't want to go, don't make them. No, that's just not going to be good for anybody. On a technical level, having this entire channel defined would mean that you have to be either a manifestor or manifesting generator, depending on if that sacral is defined or not. No other type can have the entire channel. And again, being an individually manifested channel has this potential to make a mutative impact that, again, deeply changes and empowers others when used correctly. Okay, so the programming partner here, meaning where, the sun is in Gemini, gate 12, the earth is automatically opposite in Sagittarius, gate 11, and gate 11 is known as peace. It's the gate of ideas, and it carries the fear of darkness. It's from an awareness center, and all the awareness centers have fear and anxiety attached to them. So this is up in the mind. And it is fearful about having or not having new ideas to share, new stimulating ideas to think about or learn, anxiety about sharing and manifesting your ideas, and also fearing the lack of hope. But I always look at gate 11. I have a gate 11. So again, that resonates with me. It's like a receiver for the divine where all these ideas just pour in like crazy. The ideas never stop. I always say it's like Niagara Falls up there. And the whole deal with this one is like, it's not about trying to actually make all the ideas that you have real. A lot of it is about sharing it with other people because it can be very overwhelming to be like, I have amazing ideas and they're not manifesting in the world. They're not necessarily meant to. It's more like let them flow to and through you freely. and let them come and go without any real attachment. Some of them are going to be meant for you to do something with, and others are not. It's a collective energy, so it's meant to be shared. It's like share these ideas freely if you have that. And then, of course, the gate that completes the channel is Pisces, gate 22, forming the channel of openness. So when 12 and 22 come together, they are the channel of openness. And 22 is known as grace, it's the gate of openness. And this one has the fear of silence because, again, it's coming from an awareness center, fear and anxiety attached to this. So, and specifically, this is the emotional solar plexus, which is all about you have stuff going on there, like myself, calming that nervous system. That's actually what all my coming work is about. Okay, so fear of silence. It is open to listening when in the mood. Uncertain that anyone will listen to you or that there is anything worthwhile to listen to. Nervousness about openness. So 22 brings the energy of grace, beauty, charm, elegance to the world. It knows social graces and can be a wonderful listener. Again, specifically tied to hearing with the left ear. So 22 is very magnetic because there is this receptive and attentive energy that is naturally very attractive to other people. Like, I always think it's like a soft space for them to land. But the low expression with 22 is definitely, like I said, needing to be in the mood to be around others, to listen to them. It's individual. There's the highs and lows thing. It can be extremely antisocial. Not like I would know when feeling down, and again, manifestor energy carries that, like, that anger or irritation. So again, it's all about respecting those feelings, taking some alone time. Otherwise, this beauty and charm and grace of 22 can get ugly, and can be so full of emotions, but not always capable of verbally expressing them. Or it may attempt to do so at an inappropriate time. It's definitely a big repressor of unwanted emotions, and making yourself, like, forcing yourself to go be out and about with people, putting a smile on and faking it because, of course, you need to be nice. And I mean, right there's manifestor conditioning. You need to be a nice girl who puts on a smile and goes and is polite and all of that stuff. And mm-mm. Anyway, the high expression is recognizing, the true blessing of this gift, even when you don't see yourself this way. Like 22 has this ability to impact and empower others through this veil of grace, not just physical, but internal. It brings an air of loveliness to all of life's interactions. It is embodied beauty, loving kindness, softness. I think immaculate ballerina vibes, that air of grace, elegance, and refinement. And honestly, I just always think that is what we need more of in this world, because it's that physical representation of lightness. Like, beauty is truth. And, it gives us hope. It's rose colored glasses, I think. Um, like I said, I have my conscious Venus in Pisces exalted, in gate 22. And it's like the love of beauty and grace and all these wonderful things and values. It's like in this particular gate, I'm like, yeah, big time. 22 is the emotional solar plexus, connecting to gate 12 and the throat center for the verbal manifestation of feelings. And when the two come together to form the channel of openness, it is about the expression of art and emotions. It's moody and passionate and romantic and artistic and dynamic, dramatic. Its nickname is the Shakespeare channel. It mutates people with the vibration of its voice, impacting them with your emotions. And they're natural poets, performers, speakers, singers, artists, dancers, what have you. Ra, again, founder of Human Design, call these people the strangers of consequence. It's like entering the chat when you're really feeling it. You're like, I'm vibing high. And you come in, you slay with your presence, and then you disappear before, the vibe dips low. And that's how you make a lasting impact. Astrologically, this channel would be We have gate 12, Gemini, squaring the 22 in Pisces. So it is a square, and that's friction for the sake of growth. But again, it's mutable too. Those are two mutable signs, meaning they end seasons. They're very flowy. It's like just this ability to go with the flow and to change and to be adaptable. So again, yeah, this really needs to be adaptable to the mood that it's in, the situations that it's in, all of that. Is the timing there or not? Is the mood there or not? All of it. And then the quarter of the wheel that this is happening in is the second quarter of civilization. It's purpose fulfilled through form, really turning spirit, and again, this energy coming from the emotional solar plexus, which is spirit awareness. At the end of the day, that is where we're headed, into form. And then, as far as like aesthetics is concerned, I was thinking about this. This is like that power, that ability to inform people, um, playing beautiful music, saying the right words, all of that when you are, in treatment. And of course, knowing when to be quiet, right? At the end of the day, it's just knowing when to zip your lip. Do you have this gate in your chart? Of course, we're looking at the throat center. If you're looking at it, it's going to be on the right-hand side, coming off the throat, aiming down toward the little triangle, the emotional solar plexus. So 12, 22 down below. If you have this gate defined, it would either be colored in red, black, or both red and black. If you have it white like mine, you do not have this gate, but look down at 22. Do you have 22? I think 22 is a special marker for people in the aesthetics industry. That's just my 2 cents on that, because literally if you're a 22 person, you're about beauty. Maybe you're like me, you get the full channel. You can express your emotions. Like I've gotten, my throat is not defined. So I'm getting a little throat definition for approximately 6 days, but I'm going to be wise about what I say, how I say, and who I say it to. So that's kind of the awareness to have for this particular week going forward. Of course, I'm always curious. You can hit me up on Instagram if you feel like it and let me know. And I will be back soon with more. If this episode was of value to you, I would love it if you would leave it a 5-star rating and review to help more people discover the information. And if you would like to learn more human design, of course, like I said at the top of the episode, so many different ways that are available now to work with me, from the free guide to the classes to the yoga nidras, um, to my golden experience guide course to solo esthetician love, all of the things. And of course, way more coming. So just check it out. Show notes, Instagram bio, the link over there at Michaela McLean has everything that you need. And of course, keep your eyes peeled for more of the stuff that's coming soon. And of course, until next time, have a beautiful day.